Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is another Monobattle between Team Red and Team Blue on Kimeran Refuge. Looks like somebody got mutas. Oh, Vikings are the answer to mutas now, eh? Alright, from Team Blue, we have the Zerg player, blue color Zerg player, Wisping. What? I'm going to call you Kyle. Kyle! And what can you make, Kyle? Select drone. Roach. All right, Roach, it's going to be for this guy. Also, we have the blue Terran player. It is, I can't read that, Overbix. Overbix. There are no Widow Mines. They are the worst. Just get turrets and we'll be fine. All right, so Overbix here. Can't tell what he can make yet. We'll have to keep an eye on that. We have the Zerg player, Amy. What can you do? Muta. And we have the blue Protoss player, Matt. Oh, thank goodness, Matt. You have a great name. All right, what is Matt working on? Double, nope, into a forge. We'll keep an eye on that. In the north, we have Team Red. Featuring Jennifer Lopez. Great name. Great name indeed. Give me, no, give me a drone. Give me a drone. I know you're using them as fast as you can, but I need one to see what you can do. What can you make? There's one. Was that Corruptor? We'll come back. We'll come back. The red Terran player, a Ceiling Cat, spelled ceiling. That's funny. The other red Terran player, Nebula Knight. And the red Protoss player, Meta Attack. Oh, we have a Mat and a Meta Attack. Might get confusing, although their colors are different, so we should be just fine. All right, so it is a what? Terran Zerg Protoss in Team North. And a Zerg Terran Protoss in Team South. So good mix. I like this. I like it when all three races are represented on both teams. That is fantastic stuff. So many cannons. What are we worried about here? Quick Lair, which means it's not going to be Lings or Roaches from Jennifer Lopez. That is such a fun name to say. All right, come here. Come here, you larva. Click, 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 click. Come on, larva. That is Corruptor, right? Is that Corruptor? I think it's Corruptor. All right. Meanwhile, what is our Terran friend doing? Quick to a factory and an expansion. So that's good. Nothing out of the barracks for you. And barracks here with reactors. So either going to be ghosts or marines or something. Let's see what happens when that finishes. Ah, it is marine. Okay, we can see that. You can make marines. Okay, so mass marine from Nebula Knight, which is good. Mass marine, I have to imagine, pretty darn fantastic. Look at this defense against mutas. They're going to come from the south. Robotics facility coming up. Maybe Disruptor, Immortal. Something like that, and there's the expansion for Nebula Knight. So nobody really got any early rush units, I would say. Yeah, that's definitely straight Roach. I don't know. You should be attacking here, Mr. Spring. Nope. What was your name again? Kyle. Kyle, you should be attacking. What do we have here? Factory can't make anything. It's going to have to be Starport. So you're going to be Viking. I think Overbix is Viking, although we have to wait for a starport to finish to see for sure. What do we say this guy was? This was Muta, right? Amy was Muta. Yes, Amy is in fact Muta. And let's see what Matt's working on. Double robotics facility. So again, Immortal, Disruptor, something along those lines. And Aspire. Okay, so Jennifer Lopez is Muta. So we have two players, one from each side going Mutalisk. We have Vikings from Ceiling Cat. What can you do? Are you Medevac? Seriously? Is that even an option? No, Ravens and Banshees. How? Is that like support unit? Why can you make... Maybe you can make both of these out of the starport normally, but Banshee is the one he can make because that's what he chose. All right, Ravagers here against these Marines should do fairly well, especially with Queen support. The Queen might die. Nope, Queen lives. No big deal. 3 kills, 11 hit points remaining. That Ravager is alive too. So that Marine attack, not super effective. Nebula Knight says Rava out. I don't know why exactly you're saying that, but whatevs. Marines, I mean, this is going to be so many Marines. You can make so many Marines off of 2 bases for the Terran. All right, where's your stupid robotics facility? Here it is. Colossus. Ah, Colossus from Meta Attack and Immortal from Matt. All right, so they're both Protoss too. So Immortals, Colossus, Man, this is going to be nuts. All right, we'll try to keep an eye on things. This production tab is absolutely out of control. Banshees there. Immortals here, Marines, Vikings. That's going to be Colossus eventually. And is that Broodlord? It's got to be Broodlord. Oh, that's why. Okay, so you can make Corruptors, but that's just because your Broodlord is the choice. Everybody has so much anti-air static defense because, holy smokes, Mutaflox are going to be coming very soon. Did I ever tell you the story about when I was playing a 3v3 back in Heart of the Swarm and like 4 minutes or 5 minutes into the game, this giant flock of mutas showed up and just wrecked our entire team? And I said, how did you do that? And the answer was pooling. Basically, the other team had one Zerg. They sent him all of their money. He teched up to mutas as fast as possible, got a flock of like 30, and just won the game. It was nuts. I had not seen anything like that before, but pretty darn good strategy. Alright, so the Vikings are trying to find stuff to kill. The problem is, there's not a whole lot unless you land and try to kill some probes, which is the idea. The Immortals can crush you so fast, though. Lift, nope, not fast enough for that one. Or that, ooh, was fast enough for that one. Was fast enough for that one, indeed. So killed a couple probes, nothing too crazy. Nothing too insane. The Vikings possibly could take down this Nexus, assuming they are given enough time. No upgrades as of yet. I mean, that's the thing, is you really want, as the mutas fly in, to get upgrades for your units, especially because you can only make one kind. So muta versus Viking is not usually a fair fight. The Vikings, unless they can stay away, as it looks like they're doing a pretty good job of doing. Vikings from a distance, good. Mutas right on top of Vikings, better, is my experience there. The Colossus are on the way. Those things are getting double pumped. To this point, APM for these players is not great, not super amazing, but still, it is Monobattle. It is fun stuff. We're not here to see super elite play. Broodlords coming up for Jennifer Lopez. Wait, are you Broodlord or Muta? Dang it! You were the Corruptor. Okay. Why did I think that was Muta? I don't know what's happening. I don't know. I keep messing stuff up here. So we have a Viking Banshee play here. It's kind of a baby Sky Terran coming from Team South. And there are the Broodlords. That's the problem, is the Vikings do extra damage against Broodlords because they're armored. But this is Ceiling Cats, Viking Flock. So they're going to be A-OK. Oh, Ravager. Of course it's Ravager for Kyle. All right, that explains a lot of stuff. Good expansion here out of Mata Attack. Glio Reconstitution on the way for Kyle too. Which, does that just increase the attack speed of roaches? So just the speed of roaches. I'm not sure why he's getting that. I don't think it helps your Ravagers at all. We'll keep a look at that, though. 385, 1.15, and when that finishes, if it's up from 385, we will know. So here come the Broodlord. The 8-minute Broodlords are here to lay waste to this expansion from Matt. That is not good. That is not a good feeling at all. Thanks, all you probes that are coming up here to drone and, to probe and die. Good thing they're focusing down the Nexus, but that's not going to last for long. And then they turn on the probes and kill all of those guys, too. These guys actually do manage to survive because the Broodlings timed out. That was pretty nice. Pretty nice indeed. So the, Immortals coming up all by themselves, unsupported. You guys need to do some teamwork here. Really got to do some teamwork. One Immortal gets picked off. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Can these Immortals take down the hatchery before they die? Because they're going to die. You know that. Oh, easily. Easily taking it out. That hatch is completely dead. Muta's flying in, trying to take out a whole Nexus by themselves, too. Not a problem. So some multi-pronged attacks. I guess that's what you could call it, right? Multi-pronged attacking instead of everybody just kind of striking out for themselves. Although these guys are pretty... Team Blue here has actually got it together fairly well. Nebula Knight super upset as the Mutas did show up. Vikings trying to kill them. Banshee's in a lot of trouble if they are left alone. Vikings, bam, 1 volley, 2 volley. Corrosive Bile on top of these Colossus and just going for it are the Ravagers, surprisingly. Doing fairly well, I would have to say. Muta's just laying waste to everything, though. Everything. Amy's Mutas are absolutely causing massive problems right now. Let's take a look here. 7 Broodlords, 5 Colossus, 24 Viking, 28 Marines. That is very underwhelming from Nebula Knight. And you're in a lot of trouble, too. The Marines might be able to handle this if they had any upgrades at all, but no. Nebula Knight, no upgrades at all. Vikings trying to kill these guys from a distance, doing fairly well with it, but that one's dead. No, they bypassed the Viking entirely. Some shots there from missile turrets. Banshees just laying waste to every single drone on this side. Jennifer Lopez in a lot of trouble. Maybe could get saved, but right, flying past Spore Crawlers, not great. Not great, actually fairly damaging when all is said and done. The Banshees decloaking. The mutas come in to assist here as well. Giant Viking flock ready to go against these banshees, though. They really want to kill the mutas, but I guess the banshees are a nice consolation prize. Woo! So continuing with Colossus production, continuing with Immortal production, 4 of those at a time. Matt, you're doing okay. Matt's doing A-okay. He has my stamp of approval. Spore Crawlers popping up here too. Spore Crawler against those mutas, a pretty darn good choice. It's just the Viking count is huge, but they're anti-air. Like against anything else, they're not super great. I guess covering the Broodlords is a good combination. That's actually fairly potent. Some Marines, getting rid of, I assume that was an Immortal that came up, and that's it. Matt left the game. What? I guess Matt can't do anything against this air stuff and doesn't really count on his friends to help him out. So there it goes. Ceiling Cat says this might turn into a base trade. Well, right now, you got to start, like the Ravagers got to make something happen against these Colossus and against these Marines. If they can win this, this could turn into a base trade. But right now, it just looks like Team North is the way to go here. Trying to build some missile turrets, not going to happen. Nebula Knight says they're giving up. They are giving up. And yeah, the Colossus doing very well against the Ravagers. Some of them are dying, but really not that many. There's another one that's going down, but a lot of these Ravagers are just burning corpses right now. Immortal doing work. Doing work. 3 kills on that thing. Wow. Finally dies with 3 kills. Nebula Knight says, our side. Is that like a chant? Like a hooray? Never mind. Got him. Yeah, you did. You got him with your 3 Colossus back here. Where are the Broodlords going? Broodlords continue to push. Kill the enemy. Crush them between your toes. Hyperflight Rotors on the way here too. For our Banshee player. And mass Viking against that many mutas. Upgrades seem to benefit the mutas a little bit. The splash damage doing well. It's just there are so many more Vikings than mutas, especially now. Like, that's it. Nice concave on the Vikings. They're not being microed exceptionally well, but it doesn't matter. Now the Overlords are going to die. This will probably supply block the blue player here, although that's a lot of available supply. Maybe not. Maybe not. Broodlings destroying everything. That's the thing. If you're a Broodlord player, if you can live long enough, you're going to do okay in these monobattle type games. Viking with +1 armor and not much of anything else. That's okay. Don't really need it when you're killing every Overlord that your opponent has. Still not supply blocking, mind you. Oh, it is. It is now. All right. Supply block 13 out of 12. Now 12 out of 12. Landing some of the Vikings, keeping some of them alive. That's a great choice there. Pushing up this way. Ravager Ball is back. They really want to kill this Nexus. They should be able to get it. Cancel. There's the cancel. There is the cancel. We need to hit that Ravager guy, says Ceiling Cat. I don't know that you do. Maybe the Ravagers could handle that. How are your upgrades doing? Fine, I guess. 3.85. Yeah, they don't benefit from that Glio Reconstitution upgrade. So I'm not sure if Kyle got that on accident and forgot that he doesn't have any roaches or what. But the Immortals are not being controlled by anybody. Holding the line, though. Holding the line against these Vikings. Doing fairly well with it. Especially with that cannon. Nope, cannon's not helping. Just too many Vikings, though. Vikings are terrible on the ground, but when you have like 20 of them and your opponent has 1 unit, you're going to be okay. That's generally how things work in StarCraft 2. Team Blue not doing anything at this point. Not anything in production whatsoever. The Ravagers should probably do a push. Go for a base trade. You have really nothing to lose at this point. You might be able to kill these Broodlords with some good Corrosive Biles. We have seen Hero Ravager play in the past. We have. I guess just playing defense, though. Really wants to expand here. How's your money looking? So much money in the bank and you're maxed out. That is good. +2/+2. Should have +3/+3 by now, but dropping mules to repair all of your Vikings is moderately fun. How's that Broodlord count looking? It is 11. It is 11 with 6 Corruptors in the sky. And kind of mineral starved is the problem for Jennifer Lopez. Finally getting a lot of workers down to this base, which is the 3rd base, I think, for the Red Zerg player. It is. It is, in fact, this base in a huge amount of trouble. Did Amy leave the game? Nah, Amy's just totally mined out. All right, so Amy's dead. That's fine. This is basically ceremonial. Banshee's here. And the Viking Cloud says, no. No. Not going to happen. You're not going to kill our stuff with Banshees. No way, Jose. Landing the Vikings here, which actually might give the Banshees some time. Banshees, go! Get the Vikings while they're landed. Too late now. Too late. Lost your opportunity. So this Viking Banshee combo, or this Viking Broodlord combo, pretty darn potent, I would say. Pretty darn impressive all the way around. Still pushing. Jennifer Lopez has creeped down here. That's amazing. Look at that. So well. Vikings need to kill those Banshees. I'd have to agree here. Ravager player has a lot more Ravagers coming in. 154 out of 200 total supply. Banshees trying to kill... Okay, it looks like you're killing a command center. Big old attack down here, though. Broodlords just tearing through everything. Upgrades on the Broodling, 0-0. Doesn't really need them at this point. Sealing Cat says, I'm nervous about leaving the Broods, but we need the Vikings on our side. Once those Banshees are gone, he is done for. Truth. Banshees go. Banshees attack. Muta left. I thought he was massing up. Yeah, no Mutas to worry about. Turns out Amy is gone. A lot of dead SCVs here. The SCV carnage is complete for Overbix. And trying to do this thing with Corrosive Bile. And actually taking out one of them. That's good. Can you get another one? No, you're missing. You're missing a little bit here. And it looks like the Banshees got cleaned out by these here Vikings. I'm not sure if the Vikings are going to land. It seems unnecessary, though. The Broodlords are absolutely tearing apart these Ravagers. Says, keep an eye on that missile turret. I guess landing the Vikings to assist. And all the Ravagers are completely gone. That is it. That is it. Absolutely it. 11 supply for Banshee player. 137 supply. Where's your 137 supply? Is it workers and... I mean, 43 workers, I guess. Where's the rest of your stuff? 27 roaches, 42 drones, and 3 queens. All right. Fair enough. Broodlords, it's pretty much all done but the shouting at this point. Colossus trying to do stuff, but the Ravager play from Kyle keeping things alive. It's a good position from the Colossus, though. And they do fairly well. They lose a couple Colossus, but not that many. That's a lot of dead Ravagers. A lot of dead Ravagers, and that is it. That's going to be GG. Team Red is going to take the game here against Team South, also known as Team Blue. Ravagers desperately trying to kill Broodlords. If you find yourself trying to kill Broodlords in a game of StarCraft 2, then you're doing it wrong. I'm just going to say that right now. Ravagers getting massacred. That is so much dead stuff. Resources lost. 24,600 for our Ravager player. That's more than double anybody else in this entire game. That is just absolutely insane. All right, 18 minutes in. Once again, desperately trying to make this thing work. Using Corrosive Bile on Broodlings 2. Nebula Knight still acts like this game is not over. Says, I'm going to clear out these turrets. How's about? Brings the Marines in. Nebula Knight, you really talked a lot for not being super good. I'm just going to say that. Yep, turrets are gone. Vikings able to fly without any worries at all. Ravagers getting destroyed here from behind. Despite the fact the Ravagers have +3/+3 upgrades. Colossus and Marine just too darn good, and that's it. Team South is defeated, and Team North is victorious. Well, that was fun. That was really fun. Man, that Viking Broodlord combo is absolutely brutal. That is tough to beat if you're on the other team. The Ravager player did well, made a lot of stuff, but just couldn't ever really quite get any damage done. Yes, killed a Nexus. Yes, killed some Colossus too, but couldn't really push up this way. The Muta player, Amy, by flying back around this area and losing a lot of Mutas, that was a problem. Trying to fight a giant cloud of Vikings was also not ideal, and that was it. So that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.